Good afternoon. Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Driving. Me, myself, and I here, as per the norm. It's been a fair length of time since I've done a fresh, new, up-to-date video instead of just uploading previously recorded videos. There's been a lot going on lately. An awful lot going on lately, and I've just been dealing with it rather than vlogging it. Right now, though, it's getting cold outside. My truck is telling me it is currently 4 degrees. Most of the day it's been 3 degrees. I think we're supposed to have a high of 6 today. So I've been freezing the past 2 days, turning the heat up, wrapped in blankets and everything. Just been cold. I definitely found a couple of ways to get a really good sleep lately. My wife came home from work one night and she said, "I got a present for you." Basically, they're beverages. The one beverage they're from the cannabis store that has edibles and all that, and it has CBD oil in it. She's thinking, like, when my back's all acting up and causing problems, I need the muscles to relax, and I want to be sitting there taking a whole handful of anti-inflammatories and muscle relaxer. Well, you take anti-inflammatories because your back's hot, because it's burning, because everything's all swelling up and inflamed. You take muscle relaxers because the muscles are all knotted up and tight and everything, and then it hurts, so then you take a painkiller. You know, like the ibuprofen only does so much, so you throw a Tylenol on top or something, you know, depending on how bad the pain is. She knows I hate taking pills. Actually, to back up for a sec, the cool thing is, my wife was talking to a couple of the guys at her work, a couple of customers, and how, for whatever reason, the topic of edibles in the new pot shop came up, and the guys are like, "Hey, yeah, so you were saying your husband does this and he's got this issue and everything. You should really try go there, and you should really try some of this stuff." And you know, it basically, you know, it's a sparkling water, and according to them, it's got no THC in it whatsoever. I checked, that's not true. It's got 0.05 milligrams of THC, so basically none. And it's a sparkling water with CBD in it, and so it's basically a beverage with a muscle relaxer in it. And they're like, "Yeah, well, you know, technically speaking, because it's only a water and there's no THC in it, he could be at work drinking one of these when his back is acting up. You know, instead of taking pills, he could drink one of these to help ease the pain and help with his back while he's at work, and not actually technically get in trouble, because you're not going to get impaired, because there's nothing in it to get impaired. There's sparkling water and liquid muscle relaxer, basically natural." So the conversation went on, and they're like, "If you decide you want to go up there and, you know, like, check things out." We were up there, and, you know, one of the people at the store was kind enough to walk us through, show us everything, kind of, you know, kind of give them a guided tour sort of thing, and, you know, the lay of the land, so they know what's what and how things work and everything. So they're like, "If you want, you give us a call, you give us a text, we'll meet you up there, and we'll be your guide. We'll walk you through and everything." So she's like, "Well, that'd be pretty cool. You know, I can't do anything until payday and that." And you're like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And she's like, "I'd probably have to bring my husband, because I don't really know what kind of, you know, what he would and would not be willing to try, or, like, we know nothing about this stuff at all. Zero." So they're like, "Well, We were there just earlier today. Hang on a second. So Buddy runs to his car, comes out, and has a can, and basically a can and a bottle. He's like, okay, this is the sparkling water. This is the one he can drink at work because, it's not going to mess him up. So like you mentioned, he kind of, he's into these, kind of flavors or whatever. So get him to try this, and if he likes it, then, we'll help you get more, like kind of thing. And then he hands her the bottle, like, this one, on the other hand, he can't drink at work. She's like, why? This one will fuck him up. This one has THC in it. So, on a day when he's got a day off, when he just wants to just turn the brain off and go mellow, this one will do it. And it's like the lowest amount of THC in the bottle. And the other one, it's the lowest amount of CBD in the can. So they're like base level, find out what your tolerance level is kind of thing. And I thought that was pretty awesome of them. I mean, like, they didn't ask for anything. We have no idea how much these things cost at all. But just out of the kindness in their own heart, knowing that she's concerned about her husband, they're going to help out. So she comes home, and she's like, tells me all this. I'm like, okay, cool. Interesting that they remembered that, all this information about not her, but about her husband, and cared enough to try and help. That's pretty cool. And the fact that, they'll walk her through the place, and, so she doesn't feel all uncomfortable and everything. So, yeah. On my days off, because, I don't know what this stuff's going to do to me. When my back was bothering me, I tried the sparkling water with the CBD oil in it, and just kind of sitting there relaxing and everything, no big deal. And I tell you, I got one of the best sleeps I have gotten in months, years, easily. I mean, like, I had a hard time waking up. I was dead to the world. And the understanding was my wife was going to get up with our son and take him to school and everything, so I could sleep in, if that's what the case was. And she's like, how you feel? I'm like, wow. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like, wow, I don't remember getting that good of a sleep in a long time. She's like, yeah, well, hate to tell you this, honey, but you were dead to the world. Normally, apparently, I toss and turn, grumbling and groaning in pain in my sleep. I'm asleep, so I'm not aware of it. So, I'm restless and changing position quite regularly because, I'm in pain. She's like, last night, you moved like twice, maybe 3 times. You didn't move. No moaning, no groaning, no pain sounds, no nothing. You were out. I'm like, yeah, well, I didn't think of much. I drank it, in about 45 minutes to an hour later, we went to bed. And I didn't think much of it because, it's sparkling water. The taste was okay. It wasn't really cold. I think it'd be better if it was like ice cold. I put it in the fridge, I let it sit in the fridge for about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. Then decided, what the hell, I'll try it. So, yeah. Taste-wise, it was bad. I think it would have been better cold, because, sparkling water, the colder it is, the better it is, I'm thinking. Because it was pretty much room temperature, especially by the time I finished it. But I got a really, really, really super mega good sleep. And that was really cool. And that was, what was it? Wednesday or whatever it was. Wednesday morning when I woke up. So I had the will mess you up, the THC containing one. And the plan was Sunday night I'd come home from work and I could have it and we'll see what, if anything, it does. And I was super excited. I get to have a make me stupid beverage, I mean, like, I was looking forward to it. I was just looking forward to the fact that it might help me with my back, help me sleep better again. I thought that was great. I was the beginning of my weekend. I was in a good mood. She's like, you haven't even had any yet and you're acting goofy. I'm like, I'm in a good mood. Leave me alone. So I didn't get stupid, or anything. But I was already in a good mood, so I just stayed in my good mood. No big deal. But again, I died. Oh my God, I got such a good dead to the world, not completely restful, but almost completely restful sleep. My insomnia with my brain doesn't shut up was still working a bit. But physically speaking, I had a really good sleep. So, yeah. Then with everything going on with my wife, I got up in the morning to take my son to school Tuesday so that she could sleep. She's been getting home from work like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, like stupid. And by the time she's ready to go to sleep, she's gonna lay down and get 3 hours sleep before she's gotta get up and take her son to school. So I got 2 really, really good sleeps. I figured I could sacrifice a little bit, get up with him, take him to school, come home, go back to bed, and then have a little power nap, and no big deal. But I tell you, I've been freezing. I was gonna do some additional training on Wednesday. That didn't happen. I went to confirm that on Tuesday, and the manager's like, no, we'll reschedule for a different time. So I was gonna get in the morning and take him to school anyhow, and I did, just so my wife could sleep. So yeah, I'm just thinking there's training coming up, and I gotta remember what day it is. Anyhow, I'm at work, so that's it. That's all. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Catch you later.